All right, diving into something a little different today. You guys sent in a ton of research on ASMR.
Yeah, a whole stack of it.
That feeling some folks get, like a pleasant tingling or really deep relaxation, they say it starts at the head a lot of times.
Right, and spreads down the body. And a lot of your sources talked about those classic triggers. Whispering, tapping, even just the idea of someone gently touching you.
Which you see all over those ASMR videos online, right?
Exactly.
So in this deep dive, let's try to understand what this whole ASMR thing is and what the science actually says, going by what you sent over.
Sounds good.
First off, your stuff mentions some pretty cool fMRI studies. Like, what's actually going on in the brain when someone's feeling this ASMR?
Yeah, so the research shows a few brain areas consistently light up during ASMR.
Okay.
You've got the nucleus accumbens, which is really tied into the reward system.
So pleasure, basically.
Right. And then the medial prefrontal cortex, that's involved in processing emotions.
Makes sense.
And then there's the insula, which is interesting. This area plays a big part in how we experience social connection.
Ah, interesting. Because some of the articles you sent, they were speculating, could ASMR be tapping into our social wiring somehow?
Yeah, and when you see that insula activity, it definitely hints at that. Like, maybe these ASMR triggers are activating those same pathways in the brain that are involved in, say, close, positive interactions, maybe even caregiving.
So it's not just some random weird sensory thing.
Right, there seems to be something deeper going on.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And it's not only the brain, right? Your sources mentioned physical changes too.
Absolutely. The research shows that during ASMR, people's heart rate tends to go down. And at the same time, we see an increase in alpha brainwaves.
Alpha waves, those are the relaxed ones, right?
Yeah, generally linked to that calm, chilled out state.
So the body's really reflecting that relaxation people describe.
Right, and this is what makes researchers think ASMR could be helpful for, like stress reduction and anxiety,
Yeah.
which a lot of your sources were highlighting.
Totally. But one thing's clear from all these different accounts, not everyone gets ASMR. And even for those who do, the experience can be so different. Why is that?
Yeah, that's the big question about individual differences.
Yeah.
Likely comes down to brain wiring.
Yeah.
Some people might have different neurotransmitter receptors. Those are like the locks for different brain signals.
Okay.
And how we each process sensory information, that varies a lot too. So something that's a super strong trigger for one person might do nothing for someone else.
It's a really personal thing then, but lots of people, especially in those online communities you sent, they say they use ASMR videos for specific things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people say it helps them fall asleep or handle everyday stress, just unwind generally. It's become this kind of self-soothing tool for a lot of folks, according to your sources.
Makes you wonder what else it could be good for. But as a few of the articles mentioned, the research is still pretty new, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's promising, these early findings, but we need a lot more rigorous research to see what the long-term effects are and if ASMR could actually be used therapeutically. It's really early days still.
So big picture, taking everything from your sources, what are the key things to know about ASMR?
Well, the main takeaway is it's a real sensory experience, this tingling and relaxation, and it's triggered by specific things. And what we know so far suggests it can actually reduce stress and anxiety because it activates those brain areas linked to reward, emotion, even social stuff.
It's more than just relaxing sounds.
Right, it seems that way.
So thinking about all your materials, here's something to ponder. If ASMR really is tied to these brain regions involved in social connection and caregiving, what other benefits might there be? Could there be applications we haven't even thought of yet? Definitely something to consider. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.